Hi there, and welcome back to Always Audrey. If it's your first time here, my name is Audrey J. Zudasin, and I'm so glad you could stop by. Today, we are going to tackle the final part of my laundry closet. Okay, so this is part 2 of our laundry makeover, and as you can see, we've done a great job of maintaining our laundry area. It's very neat, tidy, and laundry is getting done, which is most important. However, this area over here, which is more for storage, it's kind of a pantry. It holds some of our dog items. It's sort of a catch-all. Is kind of a disaster, not a total disaster, but it definitely could use some improvement. So I am so excited to tackle this today, and I wanted to share it with you guys in case you have any areas in your home that you'd also like to work on. I hope this inspires you to tackle even those miscellaneous areas. So let's get into it. Over here, I like to reserve for our event supplies. These are items that we use more often, and so we need to access them easily without having to go into our garage. Our garage does have even more event supplies, so these are larger things like tables and things like that, but here are some of the smaller items. As you can see at the top, I had some really pretty string lights, and those are going to be for outdoors. We'll be hanging those up soon for our fall gatherings. And we also have some candles. I have a ton of tea lights, and I've found that the best way to store them for me is in these Ziploc bags. And the reason is that sometimes I have events here, or sometimes I use them for events that I have somewhere else, like my sister's house or someplace else. And so it's just nice to keep them this way. It's easy to travel with them, no problem. I also have some votives over there and some other candle items. But down below in the next section, I have more office supply type things. We have our printer here, which I know it seems a little bit out of place, but it just works really well. Even if Caleb is on a meeting, it's not too loud, so it works really well for us. These boxes I got from the Container Store, and I absolutely love them. What drew me to them was the color. I love that they're black and like lacquered. It's just like my favorite. It's so nice. I'm obsessed with bins as it is, and this one is particularly nice. But it was not labeled, and that is a major no-no when you are doing any type of storage. I always recommend labeling your items, because no matter how organized you are, you'll forget. There's just so much going on in life and so many other things to remember that this is just not a top priority, and it's easily forgettable. So this was gaming supplies. I think there's an Xbox in there and other things. So I wanted to label that, and I put a label on each side of it. That way, no matter what, I'd be able to see it and easily access it. When I'm organizing, I really like to create categories. So on this side, as I mentioned, I have event supplies and office supplies. There are a few hobby things that are in there as well, like the Xbox, the gaming type things. But for the most part, it's office supplies and event supplies. I highly recommend making categories for yourself because it's easier to store things away that way, but also it's just easier to find them, and it looks better to just have like items together. They're more likely going to be the same shape. And then when you're looking for an event supply, it's nice that they're all in one spot. And that goes for any type of category. Again, I'm going back in with my label maker. I love this thing. I totally geek out with it. I want to label everything. And as much as I like handwriting labels, they just look really pretty. This I find is just neater. And so it's what I go with. So I'm going to be labeling those items that I put on the top shelf, and that'll make me remember what's in there, and it'll also just match the rest of the items that I have already here. Another great tip that I like to do is when I'm organizing, I like to edit. I do this with decorating, organizing, cleaning, everything. Editing is so important. I really don't like clutter, and the best way to avoid it is to edit. You just have to kind of take a look and see, what do you really need in this space? So I used to just kind of stockpile things here. I was keeping a ton of paper plates and napkins and all kinds of items that we didn't need to stockpile here. So instead, I moved them into the garage, and it just makes more sense for us. It keeps this area nice and neat. And this is a space that for now does not have doors on it. It's open shelving. So keeping it neat for me was more of a priority than just having a lot of things there. So I'd rather make the extra trip to go to the garage and get, extra paper plates or napkins, whatever it is, versus having it here. So that was my trade-off. I'd rather have it look better than have those things easily accessible. Our garage is literally feet away, and so it's not that much of a hike to get over there. So definitely worth it for me. Some items that I also keep here are cooking items that I don't access as often. So these are not things I cook with every single day. Things like my pressure cooker, my crock pot, and a waffle maker. These are just, again, not things I use every day, but I do want to have access to them. So storing them in a box in the garage just wouldn't cut it. I also have some other event supplies, things that I use to display items on, or platters, things like that. So I have some of those stored there as well. But it was because they're odd shaped, it was kind of hard and took a few rounds to kind of figure out how to put them together. And I might rearrange it, but for now, this is really working, and I love how it all fit together. Here are some leftover favors from Lucy's birthday party, and they are absolutely cute. I'm probably going to freeze them. They are just so cute. I can't part with them. They are adorable, and I'll link it down below in case you guys are interested in purchasing some of those type of items yourself. The store is absolutely amazing. It's one of my good friends, and I totally recommend her. Water is something we use every single day, and we go through it really quickly, so I definitely wanted to stockpile that. This next area is where we keep our pet supplies, and I thought this was more convenient because we used to kind of have it just all over the office and it was becoming kind of a mess. But I thought if we could categorize it into separate bins, it would make it easier for us to find the exact item we needed. So we have things like grooming supplies, training items, food, things like that. This little carrier here, guys, is super cute. It works just like a baby carrier, and it's kind of like a little sling, and I wasn't sure if Pixar still fit into it, so I just kind of put it on to see if it would even still fit me. And then my husband actually tried it on. Here's his little collar, which is super cute. It has different Pixar inspired characters. Look, here he is adorable. He still fits in it, guys. We're so excited. Back to categorizing. So again, I just wanted to put those into different bins to make it easy. It would be so easy to just throw all of these items together and say dog items is one good category, but it just wouldn't make it easy to find every day. So even though it takes a little bit longer up front, it makes everyday life a lot better and quicker to do. So it's just more efficient in the long run. So I just wanted to store all of those things, and then I will also put those away and make sure to keep up with it because these are items that we use all the time.
I'm wide awake, take me away now. 'Cause I won't go down the same old path again now. No, I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath.
So I'm really happy with how this is looking. The water is super organized. And then here I'm just gonna add some labels on each of these to make it easy to spot what is inside. Moving on to this area, this is where we have sort of our pantry items. And these are just some snacks and things that are a little bit too big to fit into our pantry closet we keep here. Because we do shop at places like Costco and buy in bulk, these are items that just wouldn't fit. And one thing I definitely recommend, which I'm doing here, is checking expiration dates. These were expired, and so I was glad I was going through it now and just kind of getting rid of those things and then organizing the new things. I do have to probably do another trip to pick up a few more snacks, but for now, I think we have a good amount. I love these airtight containers. They're by the brand OXO, and they sell them everywhere. I've seen them at Target, Costco. They're definitely on Amazon. And I just think they're great for storing snacks. It's really easy to see, and you can easily tell if you're running low on something. And if you are craving something, you can find it pretty quickly.
Running out of air, so let me catch my breath. Feeling I've got's making me crazy. If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy, making me crazy. So I'm just gonna drive.
Now I'm just going to finish labeling the rest of the items. Again, this will make it easy to find everything. And if I need to switch these up, it's really not a problem. They peel off very easily. But as you can see, it looks so much better. I can find things more easily. And it actually makes them all look more uniform. So it gives it just a more organized look overall. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I am so happy that this part is done. I really enjoyed making this for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did like it, be sure to subscribe. I put out tons of cleaning videos, lifestyle vlogs, and all kinds of other things to be sure to get you inspired and motivated for your everyday life. So thank you so much again for watching. I will see you very soon in the next one.